What is good, people? Satsuki the Reactor here, here to live react to Fruits Basket, the final episode 9. Last episode we left off, we had a bit talk between Akito and Toru, in which he bared his feelings and he told Toru the whole situation with her mother, and he bared his soul, and I was kind of surprised by it. I thought he was going to be a lot more apprehensive and closed off, but he really spilled his guts, and he ended up running away from Toru, saying how disappointed he was in her. In contrast to the episode, was it previous or maybe 2 episodes ago, where he said he'll never be disappointed in her. So you like, yo, but we understand how that whole situation goes. And we also had Akito come to the fray. And the title of my last live reaction was, I think, Run Toru Run. Akito is definitely going to hurt Toru. Kyo's running away and Yuki chasing after him. He went the wrong way, so I don't know how that situation is going to end up, but I'm expecting a big talk between those two, maybe even fighting, and something good to come out of that. In fact, that's what I'm looking forward to most. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that happened previously. Let's get into the live reaction now. Luckily this time nobody spoiled me with preview images or nothing like that, so I'm coming into this episode clean. Toru, run. Toru doesn't even know what Akito is truly capable of. That's the crazy part about it. I don't know if she knew that Kisa hurt, or Akito was the one who hurt Kisa. Rin hasn't told her about either events with Akito. Damn, so does Toru even know about any of Akito's violent tendencies? I'm trying to think. Other than Akito confronting her directly, I don't think Toru knows about a lot of the stuff that Akito has done. So, and who knows, Toru might still stand there knowing her. Will you throw me away? Akito, I don't fuck with you. What you mean throw you away? We not cool? Who the fuck say we were friends? The hell? Akito must be just talking to no one, because if she's saying this to Toru, I would have looked at her like, abandoned? I wasn't close to you in the first place. What the fuck you mean abandoned? Oh wait, no. Kyoko's ghost showed up again? Okay, there goes Shigure. That confirms that Toru's all on her own. Yuki gotta tell Shigure to be a responsible adult. That seems like a Yuki thing to do, and a Shigure thing to do. I knew it. I knew she was gonna blame Toru for everything. Everyone likes you. Bro, Akito. What the fuck is everyone likes you? Toru, like, this ain't no popularity contest. The fuck? What is this, high school? Is this Mean Girls? Akito, come on, man. That's your fault. You up here stabbing people. You think everybody gonna like you because of that? Like, damn, she's so cool. She's edgy. Oh shit, bro. Toru tried to hit her with this signature Toru hug. Akito said, "Fuck that." Bro, has there been anyone that has come out of a Toru hug unscathed? Has there? Because when Toru hugs you, you have to be a good person after that. You have to. I don't think there's anybody who's gotten out of a Toru hug unscathed. You become a different person. It changes you. Akito said, fuck, I know your signature move. I already read the scouter report. You not hit me with that. And look at Toru, she's like, fuck, gotta hit her with something else. Plan B. All right, Toru, you gonna get stabbed up. You lucky that you got away with just that. Toru like, first I gotta butter out with the words, get up vulnerable, then I get with the Toru hug. It's all about the timing. You know, you can't just go into it crazy, not with Akito. The funny part about this is that Akito has condemned and made fun of the Zodiacs in the past, calling them monsters and such, but I think Akito would be a lot happier if she was a part of that circle and if she was possessed by a Zodiac spirit, because even though they have problems because of being possessed by the spirit, at least within that group, they have this sense of camaraderie and understanding between each other because they've experienced similar things. With Akito, she's above them. She's the guy. She has this responsibility. So she isn't on equal footing with them. And I think that that's not something she wants. She wants to actually be friends with everybody. You see how she's talking to Toru's and how she resents that Toru's the pure one and everybody loves her. I don't think that Akito necessarily wants everybody to love her. It's just that since she was told she was special, she kind of expected it. And when it didn't happen, she's like a child throwing a temper tantrum. However, if things were different and if she was a part of the Zodiacs, I think she would be happy because then she won't be a normal person, but she'll have something in common with these people and she'll have this connection that I don't think she can have being a god. Oh, Toru getting her. She got her to drop the knife? Oh shit, never mind. Okay, now. Okay. 3 slaps. But knowing Kyoko, she would be proud of Toru. Her letting go of her hand and going forward, you know. I don't think Kyoko would want Toru to be stuck in the mud the way she is and to have these lingering feelings that she has to love her mother more than anyone else in the world. But what Toru is saying is similar to what Shigure has been saying. Feelings change, people change. You can't stop it. It's inevitable. So you try to stay with these bonds that you think are supposed to be eternal. It just does not work like that. These bonds are going to break regardless. So now I think Akito has to come to terms with that. Okay, Toru got Akito to run. Akito says something really interesting right here where she says, I can't live with strangers now without any promises or bonds or eternity. Without the bonds, without that curse binding everybody, these people would become strangers to Akito. Not in the sense that they don't know her. It's just that they don't have any real connection to her besides the curse. Once that breaks, you already seen how Momiji was acting. He was pretty much like, I'll stay by your side now, but I'm not going to stay by your side forever. We're just not cool. That's just how it is. These people are not cool with Akito. The only one she really truly has is Shigure, and she doesn't see the big picture because I mean, it's hard for anybody to see the big picture with Shigure because he doesn't really let you on to what he's doing and his motives, and he seems very shady. A lot of people have said that they even think Shigure hates Akito the way he treats her, but I think we as viewers understand where he's going, but it's hard to do that when you're a person taking what Shigure is giving you because he doesn't give you a lot of affection. So she has Shigure. I think that's the one person that'll stay by her side through everything. So she has to realize that, I think. I guess she also has the maid too, because the maid really rides for Akito. I think that's more out of respect for Akira, but that's a whole different story. The point is, Akito has to face that these people are not going to stay by her side once the curse breaks. It's just not going to happen. She squandered that opportunity. Toru. You might not want to stand on that side of Akito. She's a known pusher. I've seen it with Rin. You don't know it, but I've seen it. Toru, please, like, step to the side or something real quick. Toru, oh my gosh, she's gonna push her. She's gonna fucking do it. She's gonna do it. It's Akito. She's gonna do it. There's no way she's gonna, okay, I'll be a good person. No. Toru's getting pushed off that fucking cliff. But what I do like about the scene, since I got it paused right here, is that Toru talked about how she's dirty too, and I've said it countless times, the parallels between Akito and Toru. I won't go over all of them, but I just like in this scene, they're the same. They're both scuffed up, no shoes, dirty, despite like them wearing white and whatnot. So I liked it. I like that shot in particular. Could you begin with me? Wow. Damn. I can't lie. Damn. That has to be one of my favorite moments in this season. Damn. Look, Toru, you see that? Hold on. Let me go back. I know y'all seen that. When Toru smiled, the filter came. Bro, is Toru a god too? Bro, when as soon as she smiled, like the whole scenery changed. Bro, what type of, like, Toru got like nature powers? Hold up, nah. And you gotta give props to Toru because she's a tank. She got stabbed, slapped up, and I don't think she said ow or anything like that even once. Toru's a tank. She's a legit tank. And you know what? You know what this also harkens back to? If you remember in season 1, where I think it was the episode where Momiji was talking about that one story. I think it was called like the most idiotic traveler in the world, something like that. There was the scene of Toru. It was like, I'm trying to think of what it was exactly. It was some game that they were playing where like she was, I don't know what game it was though. She was sitting in a chair or whatever, and basically she was like waiting to be called on by someone in her class, and no one did. So like she was all alone in that moment. And in the same way, Akito is just sitting there. She sees all the zodiacs having fun. They're both in this lonely situation, and now they're coming together, comforting each other. Well, Toru's comforting Akito, but you get the point. Oh shit. Oh, I was wrong. That shit just faulty? Oh my god. Akito, I apologize. I was wrong. I thought she was gonna pull some shit where she was like she was gonna think about something and say fuck that and push her. Wow. So the cliff just, what the fuck? How much Toru weigh? Toru's little ass could not make that cliffside. Oh, come on, man. They just did Toru dirty. They did her ass dirty. It only breaks on her side. The gods hate Toru. What the fuck? That is crazy, man. And there she goes. And it's also the matter, will people believe that Toru just fell off that cliff? It's like, with Akito, she's in this situation where, bro, she's done too much shit. You already, before this, you stabbed Kureno. So will people actually believe that Toru just fell off that cliff? Because you got to think, people are already, the bonds are already starting to break, and people are losing, not that they had much faith in Akito, but they're losing, she's losing her reputation even more so recently with everybody. So will they believe that Toru just fell off the cliff? And these people love Toru, so that's not something you could just slide by with. See? The first thing he said, did you push her? I knew it. I could tell you've done too much shit. It's a reasonable conclusion to jump to. She's actually owning up to shit, though. Damn, that's crazy. We still have half an episode left. Man, what a thing to come back to. Okay, so we got news that Kureno he's going to be all right, which I expected. I didn't expect him to die. But the thing that's going on with Kyo, I believe that's going to happen, is he's going to feel guilty for this too, because the minute he leaves Toru's side, something catastrophic like this happens. And he's going to feel that if he was there, he could have prevented it. Ooh, Toru's leaking, boy. We're still here. Bro, Toru is a living legend. What can't she survive? She has been slapped by Kyo, clawed by Akito with a Wolverine clawed on the face. She's been slapped 3 times by Akito, cut up, fell off a cliff. Bro, Toru is like a S-level tank. What can't she survive? I fully believe. in my head canon, Toru beating Mike Tyson. Now she ain't gonna knock him out, but she gonna last. Hit him one time in the ball, bah! Ooh. Toru she gonna hang in there. She gonna take them punches. She gonna eat them motherfuckers like a Popeye sandwich. Bro, and it was right. I'm telling you, Toru just changed the weather. She changed the weather. When they seen Toru was all right, they was like, oh, the sun was like, oh, we good to go? All right. Beam shine. Bro, Toru is changing the weather. You can't tell me otherwise. She's a god. Oh wow. That's how they I like how they had their kiss. It's like Yuki sensed it. He's just like, oh, they about to do this shit again. Let me go. Let me get out of here. And then they kiss. I swear, Yuki sensed it. He was like, I'm not staying around for them. Flirting again. Toru Gramps. Bro, is Toru's grandpa the only one here? Bro, like, Toru's family ain't shit. They are not shit. That's the only person who showed up? Like, bro, Toru's literally in a hospital. Like, come on, man. Like, I understand some other shit that y'all don't show up for, but like this? Come on, man. Y'all can't be this detached from Toru to the point where you don't even care about her well-being. Like, she's on death's door. Y'all still, ain't good. Toru's you got that. Where's the redhead? I guess Shigure's breaking the news to everybody. Even Akito is here, just waiting. Doesn't look like she got sleep. She has like bags over her eyes. In case she visited Kureno. Kureno asking Akito if you okay. And Momiji saying the whole thing of idiots are useful. Like I was saying earlier in the live reaction, that goes back to when in season 1 we were talking about the most idiotic traveler in the world, because they use that story to parallel to Toru and how she's someone who would give so much up of herself, and a lot of people would see her as like, oh, that's an easy target. I could take advantage of her. And Momiji said that he would not think of Toru like that, and he thought of her as a wonderful person, but other people thought of her as idiotic. So for him to say, it's more of a taunt towards Akito, but for him to say like, oh, you're in luck that the two people that you hurt are idiots, I think that kind of calls back to that moment as well, because I don't think Momiji thinks of them as that, but it seems like Akito's ready to grow as a person. Like I thought, I didn't think she was going to be forgiven by everybody or anything like that, but I think this season has successfully got you to understand where Akito is coming from and who she is as a character or person. And think about, to further go on with the Toru and Akito parallels, in the same way where I think Toru has been constantly crushed by her mother, the memory of her mother guiding her along to where she didn't even want like to love someone more than her mother. It's like in the scenery where we get of Kyoko holding Toru's hand, you can kind of relate that to Kureno. Kureno's been holding Akito's hand throughout all of this, and when she finally lets go, she can grow as a person and go after things that she actually wants. Shigure being the person that she loves, and Shigure loving her. So I think once Kureno leaves her side, that him doing whatever he wants, that's another story as well. But Akito can be with Shigure, and Akito can actually be a person instead of this god. She could be a person. See, he's saying it right here. Even if other people think they're idiots, as long as you don't, they just treasure them and take care of them. He's what did I say? What did I say? I be catching the shit, man. What did I say? This is just like the idiotic traveler. What the fuck did I say? The whole time I was thinking that. Oh, so he's actually about to tell her. And she went alone, solo dolo. I can't lie. This episode is making it seem like this is the end. This is episode 9, so we have 4 more episodes after this. Damn, this episode makes it feel like the end, which I never thought would happen. But they've done so much with this one episode. I'm impressed. I don't know how fast they're speeding through things from the perspective of a manga reader, but this episode progressed a lot. So, like, some things we still have left that I think we have unresolved at this point. Well, I guess I'll say that for my afterthoughts when the episode ends, okay? That is the episode. Wow. I did not expect things to go that way. I'm not going to lie to y'all, because we literally went from last episode, I was saying, run, Toru. You're in danger. Akito's going to hurt you, which she did hurt Toru. Not to the severity that I thought she was going to get hurt, because I thought with the cliff thing, I thought when I seen Toru in that position, I was like, oh shit. This is gearing up to be the same exact moment where Rin got pushed by Akito. I was like, please, Toru, get in a different position. I mean, she still should have. Not that anybody was aware of what was going to happen, except manga readers. But Akito actually tried to take Toru's hand and was willing to change as a person. Now we see Akito going into Toru's room and apologizes to Kureno and having this conversation with Momiji, and it seems like she's changed. She's changed as a person. That's not to say that she's been forgiven, because I think those things are completely separate. You could be a different person and people are still going to hold on to what you did in the past. I don't think anybody's going to forgive her for what she's done, because it's been too much. With Rin in particular, you almost killed her twice. Haru's not going to let that slide. So those are 2 characters I think for sure are never going to forgive Akito for what she's done, and there will be a constant reminder. They have Rin literally still has that scar on her back that's never going to go away because of Akito. That's a permanent reminder for Akito of who she was as a person then. Now, there's a lot of different factors as to why Akito became the person she is. A part of it is her father, who had good intentions, but because he was speaking these words to a child, she carried it with her for so long, and her interpretation of it just morphed into something bad. It's also because of Rain and how she raised and didn't raise Akito. A lot of bad things. A lot of it is on Rain. Some of it is on the maid who enabled Akito's behavior, as well as Kureno, who also enabled Akito and didn't give her the proper push in the opposite direction, because he kind of just held her in his arms and kept her and stayed by her side regardless of anything she did. And I think that worked against Akito. A lot of different factors as to why Akito became the person she is. She still has to take personal responsibility, because at the end of the day, it's not like those people drove you to stab Kureno, to push Rain, to hurt Kisa. She has to take personal responsibility for those events, and I would like to see Akito try to mend things with those characters. I don't have to see them forgive Akito, but I want to see Akito make that attempt, and I think her talking to Toru at the end is a sign of that. I don't know if we'll fully see Akito talking to each of the Zodiacs and whatnot, but I would like at least have there be like some type of montage or her talking to someone else. Like, Rin is someone I feel she has to have a conversation with her. She has to. Even if Rin isn't trying to be receptive of it, or she's, turned off by it, I want to see Akito try. So, in terms of the direction of her character, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely. Akito is, I want to say, probably like one of my top 5 favorite characters in the series. I loved every season of Fruits Basket, you see a different side of Akito. In season 1, it felt like she was this imposing villain who didn't have a presence in terms of like actually being there. You know, she was just like this looming threat that forced everybody in a certain direction. Like everybody was just so shook of Akito, but she wasn't in the story like that. In season 2, we start to see cracks in Akito, just a little bit. We see cracks, but she was more in the forefront, and I think you start to understand, or you start to see clues as to why Akito's so, at that point we thought she was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like the one scene where she's like, that woman, and she was talking about Rain. Those are like the little clues you get to see of there being a little more to Akito than simply her just being a bad person. Season 3, however, fully makes you understand Akito's character, and if this is it for Akito in terms of, like, you know, her character growth, I think we ended in a great spot for Akito. I'm thoroughly impressed with her. She is the star of this episode for me. Toru did her thing as well, but Akito was great. As for Toru, she's done it again. She saved another person, and this time it didn't take a hug. We almost had a handshake though, but she saved another person, so good on Toru. I love the parallels between her and Akito, and Toru saying that she's also a dirty person, and that she realizes that Akito's issue with wanting there to be eternal unchanging bonds was in the same way she felt about her mother. And as Shigure said, times are changing, people change, feelings change, and Toru and Akito realize that. And I think Toru's going to accept that she loves Kyo more than her mother. It's fine. And Akito, it seems, has she's trying to take on the brunt of the guilt she should feel for what she's done to these characters, and it seems like she's ready to fess up. So good on those characters both, honestly. Kyo we've seen in this episode, but we didn't really get to see like how he was feeling. Having Toru in that position, I feel that Kyo is going to feel a lot of guilt from that. So I don't know where we're going to go with Kyo. I was really expecting a conversation between him and Yuki. I'm not going to lie. I wish we did get that. I didn't need to see them fight or anything like that. I would have wanted to see it. I want to see some fights. That would have been nice. But I don't know. I feel like Kyo and Yuki haven't had this proper conversation, because we've talked about how, especially with Kyo on in, how he's made Yuki into this villain just to live on, and there's a misunderstanding between them. There was a rift between those two, and there still is. It may stay there forever, but it all started pretty much because Kyo needed someone to hate. So I want that misunderstanding between those two characters to be cleared up. I don't need them to be best friends. They don't have to go on a double date. Yuki brings Machi, Kyo brings Toru, they out hanging out the movies. I don't need that. But I would like them to have a proper conversation to where Yuki's not calling him stupid cat, and Kyo's not calling him, like, I don't know. What does Kyo call Yuki? That damned Yuki. Like, I want them to have a proper conversation and talk as young adults, not talk at each other or argue with each other. I need that. I still need that. So that's what I would like to see from those two. I'm surprised Shigure has not had his ass whooped by anybody, because I felt like that was foreshadowed by Hattori when he said that Shigure is going to probably like eat a punch from Yuki, Kyo, or maybe Toru or herself. Because Shigure has been the one who's been orchestrating a lot of this thing, just standing there as the puppeteer. He even said, though, what I like, that he said something like, while things like went as planned, I think he was wondering like how things would have ended up if he met things halfway. And I think that's just saying, with what he's been doing throughout the entirety of Fruits Basket is he's been in the shadows letting other people do his dirty work. But I think he's wondering, like, how would have things turned out if I put myself in danger, you know, if I made myself vulnerable. So that's an interesting topic. But man, I've been talking for a lot. There was one more thing I wanted to, oh yeah, the stuff that we have yet to see. We still need to like wrap up a lot of these pairings between like Yuki, Machi, Akito and Toru. Obviously, I still think they need to have some more focus before the season ends. Shigure and Akito for sure. We had to get more from those two characters. I also want to see, not in a ship sense, because that would be fucking weird. I want to see a conversation between Akito and Rain. I want to see how that goes, you know, because I guess in a way you can say that Akito lost to Rain. She's lost this battle, but I don't think Akito would be sad about leaving the Soma estate anymore, because she doesn't want to hang on to those like loose bonds or bonds that never existed really, because they're breaking. So I think she would be happy to, like, if it would be like a good thing, I think, if let's say Toru moves out of Shigure's house, Kyo does as well, Yuki does as well, and then Akito lives with Shigure and she's away from the Soma estate. I think that would be good for her. Then Rain can be the head of the Somas and do whatever the fuck she wants, because she wants to do that for some reason. So let her do that. And Akito, you be a good person and live your life, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I want to talk about. This has to be my favorite episode of season 3. This has to be my favorite episode. Had a lot of good moments. Toru's a tank. I think that's the last thing I want to say. Appreciate everybody who watched. Like, comment, subscribe. I am Satsuki the Reactor, and I am out.